All right, so here he is, the #1 middleweight contender. He made himself undeniable, and tonight he gets a title shot. We shall see what he can do with it.
Yeah, he made himself undeniable. You know, nothing is ever guaranteed. Sometimes you got to do more. He just kept his head down. He kept working. Whoever they put in front of him, he beat them. And ultimately, he finds himself on the verge of a championship. The preparation has been thorough. The preparation has been very intense. And he feels like they have done everything necessary to become the champ tonight.
Now, most people would argue right now the UFC's 185-pound division has never been stronger, and a lot of people believe that this man is going to alter history by wresting the title away tonight. We shall see. Well, there's always a special feeling when Khamzat Chimaev makes the walk, whether at welterweight or at middleweight. This man has proven to be a real problem and really has lived up to all the hype and then some, dating to his 2020 UFC debut.
It's so hard for you to meet expectation, much less exceed it.
Right.
Khamzat Chimaev has exceeded the expectations set for him when he made his UFC debut. He has been nothing short of a buzzsaw, just going through guys at a rate that not anyone could have expected. What a fantastic fighter we get to watch every time we see Khamzat in the octagon.
And of course, many people harken back to the Gilbert Burns fight in 2022, the consensus fight of that year in which Chimaev was challenged and still rose to the occasion. We'll see how he fares tonight. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. And now for the official introductions, the veteran voice of the octagon is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Nickal. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion, Khamzat Chimaev.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. All right, ready to go round one, featuring the 2019 Big Ten Athlete of the Year and former 3-time NCAA Division I All-American, Bo Nickal. Don't be surprised when he shoots for a takedown early, but we also have seen in fights prior, when the opponent is too expectant of a takedown, Bo Nickal's power will be heard from. Either way, so much pressure and hype surrounding Bo Nickal. We'll see if he can get the job done here tonight and remain on that UFC middleweight championship trajectory. Oh, now looking to posture up, and he lands a big head strike. Nicely done there by Khamzat Chimaev. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Chimaev's right back to the full mount here.
Look at him, he's setting up the choke now. Look at that, he's setting it up.
Oh, look out, folks, that is tight.
It looks like it's getting going.
All right, so now going to position over submission as he bails on the sub. Just over 3 minutes to go in our first round.
You let him step over to the crucifix.
Bo Nickal getting worked here from the top. You don't want to take too many more of these ground and pound strikes. All right, it's a good ground and pound by him here, certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off of you. This guy is throwing punches to be effective, to throw damaging strikes. He's doing a fantastic job.
Oh, huge ground strike there. I can see the cut man's actually getting excited.
Oh, he got to the spot.
Pretty good head movement. He's avoiding a lot of these ground strikes. Well, not good body language from his opponent here, DC. He's curled up.
No, he's exhausted. He's been beaten.
Oh, that is tight. Could be the beginning of the end. Well, eventually he's going to try to get up, but he's moving his head pretty well here to avoid damage on the ground.
You don't want to be comfortable on your back, but when you're taken down, you got to make sure you're active. That's exactly what he's doing. Yes, smart adjustment. Yep.
Working out of the half guard here. What a strike from off of his back. Print the shirts, ground and pound. Another ground and pound strike lands.
Great defense by the defensive fighter.
Relentless pressure from the top by Khamzat Chimaev. 10 seconds to go in round one. Landing strikes nicely here from top position. Round two is next. All right, heading back to the corner now, and Nickal eye is looking pretty bad at this point, DC. The cut man's going to hustle in there and see if he can work on that, or that eye might swell shut. All right, as they attend to the damaged fighter, we will re-rack some replays for you. A lot of damaging strikes landed by the opposition in that previous round.
Well, him just not really paying attention on the defensive side has made his opponent look like an absolute world beater. He's a good fighter, but he has never looked this good, and that is partly because his opponent is not defending.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Second round here. There's that kick.
And that is the danger in the engagement there. Big double leg, double team.
Nickal's cheek looks like it's cut. Yes, it is. Starting to bleed a little bit now. Oh, good ground and pound here.
And another one. Another strike from the top lands for him. Always offensive. Lands a shot from the bottom.
Oh! Reverses the position there. Nice transition by Khamzat Chimaev. Looks like he's got a couple hooks in here, DC, and defensively, you better be careful. Well, this is not football. Targeting is legal, and he is going at that cut, which is getting worse with every passing ground strike. Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Chimaev. The ground strikes continue to pile up. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through. All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangles.
Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Nickal. Big power shots landing.
Nice shots landing from the top position.
These ground strikes are starting to add up. All right, well, perhaps he has a point to prove. Perhaps there's a hip injury, but this man's UFC career has been defined by the takedown. He hasn't attempted a single left.
He hasn't even attempted it. It's very surprising, and honestly, for a guy that enjoys the wrestling, it's very disappointing. Because to me, it seems like he doesn't want to put the effort out there tonight to try and secure takedowns. You take a lot of risk by not using your best skill, and you almost put your opponent on your level by being limited.
Well, maybe he can hear us. Bro, if you don't attempt a takedown, DC's going to pull out his cellular telephone and start watching collegiate wrestling. So, change levels. All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. Bo Nickal getting pounded something fierce by these ground and pound hammer fists. He's got to find a way to score him out. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Nickal's back in full guard now. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard.
Great round. All right, listen to me. Breathe. Deep breath into that nose, out to that mouth. All right, perfect round. I need you to go out there and do.
All right, so there's the horn. That means it's the end of the round, and a lot of good offensive wrestling work from him over those previous 5 minutes.
I mean, great offensive wrestling. Every time he changed levels and got to his opponent's legs, he was able to secure the takedown. Let's see what type of fatigue his opponent will carry into the next round.
All right, let us now look back at some of the highlights from that round, and there just aren't that many guys on this roster that can keep up this offensive wrestling pace over 15 or 25 minutes.
But he's one of those guys. He is one of those guys that's able to continuously take you down even if you get up over and over. He has this ability to maintain that pace and pressure that he can wear his opponents down. That's why you see him get so many finishes as the fight progresses. Now some separation from his clinch position. Nice setup, nice takedown.
Beautiful strike there as he continues to attack that cut. Cut man's going to have some work to do if we get to the stool between rounds.
But that's why we got the best in the business. We got the best cut men in the business, and they are going to need him right now because this cut is getting worse, and it's only going to continue to get worse because he has got a killer in front of him. Beautiful ground strikes landed. Oh.
Good movement on the ground here defensively by Khamzat Chimaev.
Get him off you! Get him off!
Well, as many expected, his grappling has been very strong thus far. The takedowns, the ground control, he is truly the total package.
It's one thing to take your opponent down. It's one thing to control him, as we have seen him do over the course of this fight.
I need you to scramble!
This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
These are big shots, and they're not glancing blows. When he's throwing, he is landing so clean that his head is starting off the mat.
"90 seconds to go."
Big right hook there by the champ.
Oh, big shots from the top. Oh, there's another ground strike for good measure.
Great job landing the strike from his back.
Well, landing several strikes here from the top, standing over his opponent. Good work here by Nickal.
There it is. Now he's running him out.
Chimaev's in half guard.
That was nice.
Final seconds.
Great shot from the top position.
That's 3 rounds. We're now headed to the championship rounds.
Stop.
All right, sit down, relax, breathe, okay? You gotta suck it up this round. You're not tired. I want you to go out there and I want you to get this takedown.
Ready.
All right, here's round 4. Fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, 4th round is now underway as we get to the championship rounds. What is a fighter's mindset when you get to this 16th minute of the fight?
This is when you understand that nothing is ever going to be harder. This is the hardest round in fighting. This is going to really test your will.
Oh, lands a hip toss now. Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Khamzat Chimaev.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
Chimaev's pass attempt denied. Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions.
Well, you know he's comfortable fighting off his back. Chimaev's back in half guard. Oh, we'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here. And very effective with the ground and pound.
Nice shot there by the champ.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Chimaev. All right, so now we start to see some visible damage in the form of swelling as the ground and pound strikes continue to land. Under 2 minutes to go in the round. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Khamzat Chimaev. Oh, huge pop from the crowd as the fighters get back up to their feet. I mean, you and I love a good round. These fighters came to see knockouts.
Yeah, the fans came to see us knock each other out, and that's what they're going to get. All the grappling was beautiful to watch, Sean, but ultimately, it is the striking that people show up for.
All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here.
Striking from every position lands a strike from the bottom.
Continuing to work out of the half guard. Good, solid strike on the ground.
He's very accurate in the ground.
All right, setting up for a finish here. Oh, he's got the Kimura locked in. You gotta be kidding me. How did he get out?
He just stayed calm. Was able to withstand the fire. Now he finds himself out and safe.
And what a round!
Stop!
All right, deep breath. Great. Last round coming up. You got 5 minutes. I want you to go out there and finish this fight. He is spent.
All right, let's look back at some of the action in that round, DC. What a high-level display of offensive wrestling.
I mean, this is a joy for me to watch. I enjoy watching a guy maintain this level of wrestling for as long as he has done this. He is constantly in his opponent's face. He's constantly taking him down. Getting taken down and getting up is exhausting. Let's see how tired his opponent is at the start of the next round.
Ready.
Fifth and final round. All right, next round is underway. We saw one submission attempt in the previous round, and you know moving forward, this guy is all about submission over position.
You saw one in the previous round. Look forward to him trying it again and again until he finds a submission.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body here. Really starting to connect on a lot of strikes to the midsection here in the latter stages of this fight. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Nickal's eye does not look real good right now. It actually is starting to swell shut, so that will be something that bears watching as this fight continues. Lands with the ground and pound here. Another ground and pound strike gets home. Chimaev's in half guard. Working in half guard here, making these shots count. Really doing a nice job getting these shots home on the ground. Another ground and pound strike lands. Nickal back in full mount.
In the half guard.
Continuing to stay busy here on the ground.
I need you to move, scramble.
2 minutes now to go in this one. Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Nickal.
Let's go. Push, push, push. Get free.
He's got to be careful here.
So we go under a minute to go in the fight. Chimaev's in half guard. All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Nickal's able to make a nice transition there back into side control. Final 10 seconds of the fight. All right, so they came in unquestionably the two best in the world in this division, and they showed you exactly why here tonight. A lot of people may think the challenger did enough. For me, slight lean to the champion to retain his title.
I agree with you, John. I thought the champion did just enough to keep his belt. And this has nothing to do with you got to beat the champ to get the belt. No, the champion outworked him in the big spots, and he should retain his title.
The official decision is in. Bruce Buffer has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 48-47, 48-46, and 48-47. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Khamzat Chimaev.
All right, so you heard it there from Buff. Khamzat Chimaev gets it done on the scorecards. He's your winner by decision.